What's up? Me again. I'm gonna put a couple clips of my range day I just had by myself because I'm a loner. Figured it'd be something new to the channel. I know a lot of the car enthusiasts like guns as well. I'm the same. So I'll just put in a couple short clips. I got an H&K MP5 and 22 long rifle because they were cheap as shit. It was like $499. And it has like the faux suppressor on it, and it looks sick. And I kind of wanted to see how a 22 long rifle would perform out of, I believe it's a 16-inch barrel. And I've always wanted an MP5, and that's the affordable solution. So I grabbed one of those, took that to the range, and then I also just got a Mossberg Shockwave, which is like the loophole that Mossberg found to be able to sell a 14-inch pistol gripped. They call it a firearm. It's 12 gauge. That was a whole different ball game. Kind of wanted to just go over some of the plans quickly, at least what I have in my head at the moment, so you know what to expect going forward. So you would have seen the G-Wagon if you watched my last video. That's going to be the primary focus for the next couple of months. So if you don't like that style of build, that's okay. Maybe take a look, because you'll probably end up liking it. It's nice to have a daily that's not a shitbox, fucking JDM shitbox or 80s, 90s shitbox. It's nice to drive something that's comfortable and somewhat reliable, and that's capable of going up a driveway without scraping the frame to nothing, to dust. So yeah, there's that. It's gonna be getting a 2.5-inch suspension lift, all the caster adjustment bushings, all that shit. Some super expensive 463 Industries 18x9 wheels. It's the most expensive wheels I've ever purchased, and I didn't think I would be spending that much money on wheels for a G-Wagon for a daily. They were $3,000, and normally I never would have paid that much money for wheels for anything really, unless it was like my dream fun car, which is the Ferrari F355. But it's super hard to find decent looking wheels for the G-Class, and that with that particular hub bore and bolt pattern. So whatever, I bit the bullet, and then the tires behind me are what's going to be going on it. It's roughly a 35-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, it's like the most aggressive tire you can get before you cross over into straight mud terrain territory. I've done the mud terrains on a couple of vehicles, and it just the pros don't outweigh the cons, in my opinion. I'm not in the woods in the mud dicking around every weekend. I'm literally, it's just a daily, so I don't need mud terrains. But if you go too soft, not too soft, what's the word I'm looking for? You can find all-terrain tires that are like super not aesthetically pleasing, and they look like just highway terrain, what the fuck are they called? Like highway tread, you know what I'm talking about? Like just the standard looking tires, I hate that. So the Mickey Thompsons fit the bill for that. So yeah, those will be going on there. I did the newer LED style taillight mod already, so I can put a couple before and after pictures up right now. So I was a little iffy on how they would look. I like the old-ish rugged style of my year, which is an 07 and the older G-Wagon, so I wasn't sure if the LED tails would fit my taste, but they did. It's like one of my favorite mods for sure. And I think that's partly because they were built so well. I mean, I bought them off of eBay, but they were like $400. And I guess price doesn't always correlate to quality, but these were a super nice set. The LEDs they used were nice in my opinion. And I'll put I think I have a video that shows either side. One was the old style, one's the new style that I put on, so you can judge it for yourself, but I think it looks really good. So yeah, that's gonna be the main focus on the channel, and I won't be doing most of that. I'm gonna have a shop do the outfitting of the G-Wagon, just because it's not really fun for me to do that kind of stuff with SUVs and trucks. That shit is so fucking heavy, and it's such a pain in the ass to work on them without a lift and multiple people to help you. So I'm gonna leave that to the shops, and we'll focus on the sports car, race car type shit, where I'm way more comfortable around that stuff. And I don't need as many people to help me because the components usually don't weigh as much. I don't know if you watch my old videos, but I don't want to say toot my own horn, but you would have seen me pull the motor and transmission out of my 240 by myself and put the new SR20 back in. It's fairly easy, and those aren't light components by any means, but compared to like huge V8s and huge all-wheel drive lines and transmissions, transfer cases, straight axles, like that shit gets heavy, and it's hard to do that kind of stuff by yourself. So yeah, so we'll leave that to the shops. Yeah, so I'll make videos as that gets updated. It's probably gonna get all done in one shot, so it might only be 1 or 2 videos, so we can move on to the more fun stuff shortly after that. So cars I have been mulling around in my head. I'm still not dead set on, because I really don't know if I want to go American, is the 0304 Terminator Cobra. Again, if you're a car guy, I really don't need to go over the specs, but pretty impressive for an 0304 car. Yeah, and that wine is just, that's unbeatable. I've always wanted a Terminator and never, for some reason, pulled the trigger on one. Those, again, for some reason, are undervalued, in my opinion. You can get them all the way as low as I've seen under 20 locally. And I think that was it a rebuild title? It might have been a rebuild title, but shit, even I've seen a fucking, how many miles did that thing have? Fuck me. Alright, so someone must really not want me to complete a video because my phone just died in the middle of that, and I talked for like 10 minutes. Maybe that's a sign I shouldn't talk so fucking much, and I should just do shit, but hey, I found a charger, so suck it. Okay. I think I just finished talking about the Terminator and the phone that just died, so yeah, that Terminator was sick. I think it was like a 47,000 mile Terminator, and it was going for like low to mid 30s. So yeah, it's deal of a deal. Pardon me for like feeling like I'm moving fast through this next part. I just talked about it to myself apparently for like 10 minutes. So yeah, after the Terminator, which would be sick to build, just not sure if I want to go that route. We're looking at the air-cooled Porsche. Lots of pros and cons to that one. I've wanted to build one for a long time, and I'm kicking myself for not just doing it like years ago because they've like doubled in value and the price just seems to keep getting astronomically crazy. Is astronomically a word? Don't care, I'm using it. Astronomically crazy. So yeah, definitely gonna have to pay to play on that one, but that's probably what I'm going to end up doing as long as the finances and crypto allows me to do so, which it's kind of been going my way lately, so why not? I've been buying in the red, and when it's green again, so shall my wallet. So shall my, why is English hard today? When it's green again, my wallet shall be too. Fuck 'em. Yeah, air-cooled Porsche. I would be looking at late 70s to, I guess we'll say through the 80s. And I like the wider of the G bodies, if that's a thing. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a thing, I just don't know when it starts. There's a narrow version. I like the wider hips, as I'm sure most everyone else does. Obviously, standard trans. Yeah, definitely is a bucket list build of mine. And that's probably what will be coming to the channel. I'm not gonna say for sure because I always go back and forth on what I want to do. There's just something so rewarding about working on an older vehicle that you just can't get with a newer one, or at least I can't get. It just doesn't feel the same. Whether it be restoring it to its original glory, modifying it to however your taste is, it's just a different feeling. Even with 240s, which I guess you could call old now, I don't really see those as old. Even those give you a different feeling when you're working on them, even though most of them are complete shit boxes, including yours. But yeah, I've been looking for that feeling. I've been chasing that, trying to find that again. And I think that's what's been missing. I've been trying to build newer things and it doesn't make me feel the same. So most likely what will be coming to the channel is an air-cooled Porsche of some sort, running and driving under its own power, because I'm definitely not gonna pay a shop to go ahead and put all that shit back together. I will have to sell my house to do that, from what I've been reading at least. So yeah, and then the final pinnacle build, I'll call it, for myself would be the Ferrari F355, which if you've been watching my channel at all for the last year or so, 2 years, you'll know that's kind of my dream, the dream build that I want to acquire for myself. If crypto does really well for me, if finances does really well for me, then that is a definite possibility that an F355 will come to the channel. Although, oddly enough, for like the last year or so, when I knew an F355 could be an actuality of mine, I've seen people just hate on it a ton, right? Saying, oh, the engine out service every however many miles or years or whatever, and all these issues. And it's a terrible Ferrari to buy because of the maintenance. I was like, fuck yeah, no one wants an F355. So they're gonna stay where they're at in value, or they're just gonna go down a little bit, or go up a little bit, you know, normal fluctuations. And then like, right when it's super close to becoming a reality, they've like doubled in price for a standard gearbox GTB. So yeah, that's just my luck. You could find a GTB standard gearbox for probably around the $100,000 mark to we'll call it $40,000 mark about a year or two ago. At least I could. I'm not sure what kind of examples they were, but I feel like it's pretty hard to find a fucked up Ferrari. There might be some that needs more work than others, but for the most part, the owners take somewhat good care of them from what I've seen. And now, if I can even find a manual transmission, GTSs are going for like, I saw one for $240, over like $250,000. And it doesn't blow my mind because I know how fucking good they are. I just wish everyone else waited to find out how good they were until I got one of my own. That's not the case. Anyway, now that I've drugged this video on and had multiple stops and restarts through the whole thing, that's kind of where the channel's going. Probably an air-cooled Porsche, maybe an F355, maybe. And if I don't do good in the market in the next 6 months or so, then I will be doing a less expensive build. But that's okay. It's fun putting shit together either way, at least for me. So yeah, kind of just wanted to give you guys an update on what's happening vehicle-wise and channel-wise. I know I just gave you an update of the house and the state of my garage right now, but that doesn't really tell you about what's happening going forward. Like I said, G-Wagon, probably 1 or 2 videos of just before and afters. I'm still cleaning out the garage, getting all the moving shit out of here. Excuse me. I'm gonna be getting more desks and whatever the fuck you wanna call these, work tables, stuff to organize, yada, yada, yada. Make this look official again. Put my all my posters back up. I miss seeing that. I hate having blank walls. Yeah, and then we'll start having some fun again. I'm excited now that I have my health back to start cranking out some builds again and actually enjoying it, taking my time, not just knocking it out just to knock it out. So I hope everything's going well with you guys. I think now that winter's coming, most of you all, if you're into drifting or whatever kind of racing that's not in the winter, you're probably breaking down your builds and getting ready to dive into whatever you're gonna get into. So good luck with your builds. Hope that goes well. And let me know if you have a channel that you want me to follow. I'm all about following builds, especially locally. It's cool to see stuff done locally. I'm here in Oregon on the Pacific Northwest, so yeah, hit me up if you need help with any builds. I'm not a pro by any means, but I can hold my own. So yeah, hit me up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.